Breathe in. Hello everyone, and welcome back to the final stage of the dwarves history in the Edain mod. This time the final faction, the faction that has been, in my opinion, has gone through a lot of good, positive changes, but not recently. A lot of their changes came very early on. The dwarves of the Ered Luin. Now, first about the dwarves of the Ered Luin, well, particularly this map on Khazad-dûm, we have no trees. So I will be building 0 lumber mills on this map. Instead, we'll be focusing on going with 2 mineshafts to start with, maybe changing one to a travel camp later on, but for now, I am going to build 2 more dwarven workshops. So, I particularly chose this map, the Iron Hills, because, not the Iron Hills, Khazad-dûm, because it is a very large map. And the dwarves of the Ered Luin, I'm going to get the names wrong so many times, I'm so sorry. The dwarves of the Ered Luin, I'm getting mad already, I don't like it. The dwarves of the Ered Luin are very, very fast. Normal guardians have the dwarven sprint, can move faster for 30 seconds. And I'm annoyed they show me treasure, but there's actually a wall guarding it. I have to actually destroy this wall somehow.
You don't have one.
Because teleports don't exist in this game anymore.
It was taken from you. But I will help
And
you
now,
take it back.
Bilbo. I'm going on an adventure. We talked about Bilbo a lot, actually, in the last 2 videos. Oh, up against lorien, nice.
You're right, I often think of Bag End.
Bilbo. Originally, he was in all 3 dwarven factions. This version of Bilbo used to be in this version of the Ered Luin, but also in the dwarves of the Iron Hills, because in that time period, that is when Bilbo was technically in the Battle of the 5 Armies, so the dwarves of the Iron Hills didn't know him at the time, and then it got switched around for the scouts, and we'll talk about that no more, because that is pretty much what you need to talk, all you need to know. Build a dwarven forge, because when our money builds up fast enough, like this, it's good. So firstly, throws a rock, just like every other hobbit in the game. Conceal himself like every hobbit hero in the game. Going on an adventure. For 10 seconds deals more damage and has more speed. Unlike Merry and Pippin, they get speed and vision. Bilbo does not gain extra vision. He just gets faster. And obviously with our dwarves that have the dwarven sprint, the dwarves are actually faster than Bilbo.
You've got the wrong
That's right, Bilbo and the dwarves walk about the same speed to start with, but then the dwarves go even faster with 30% over 25%. We are now, this time, going to go for the rallying. No, we're not. Against lorien that can only get ents through outposts and through settlements, and there are very few settlements, I think we're fine. Ignore the fact there are so many dead dwarves and orcs here. Oh yeah, and he also glows blue and orcs nearby. But his main thing at level 10, Treasures of the Master Thief. He actually just throws money on the ground, and honestly, against AI, this is an amazing ability, because it stops them from attacking you, but more than that, it also forces them to focus on the money instead of your units. So you want to try and escape, throw out the treasures, get your units out of there, and then they will actually get left alone.
Across the water.
I'm thinking Dwarven Workers' Tools. So, we've built Lake Town. This has been a building that has existed since the dwarves have been around. The same with the dwarves of the Erebor. Instead of Lake Town, they get Dale. But to be fair, I like Lake Town more than Dale because it has more feel to it. And also, because it has the Master, although you can't actually play with him. He just sits there waving like, stereo, carry on.
Can you promise that it will come back?
But yeah, the reason I don't particularly like building this building in general is because the dwarves, their roster is pretty much complete with just the dwarves. You really don't need anything else. You don't need the Men of Dale like you don't need anything like the elves and Largest do. You don't have a need for having an extra building that just makes you extra money around and can have a tower when you can just do that with an outpost. However, in the early game, it's actually effective to do this, because it's not only a forward position where you can get troops cheaper. Surprisingly, it is actually cheaper to do this. Oh, they ignored all my things and just gone straight to my base. Oh dear. I did not foresee this. I did not foresee this turn of events. This is very bad.
I've grown very fond of them, and I would save them if
This is very, very bad. Although we are getting the housing in this lake town, so we're going to start making a lot of money.
I'm sorry, do I know you?
I'm going to get some more guardians to go around. Now, with the dwarves of the Ered Luin, I prefer to go for full 5 guardians of Ered Luin. That is my starting army, because they're super fast. You have plenty of mine shaft. If you build plenty of mine shafts even, then you have even more mobility along large paths like this. But right here,
You're right, I often think about
we'll probably get back there before our unit of guardians has time to spawn and kill the enemies there.
I don't have much interest in adventures.
But once we've got these guardians, we actually want to be focusing on getting heroes. Botha, Balin, and Dwalin are 3 heroes all locked behind the Hall warriors. What are they throwing at me here? Just basic elves? Was that... Oh my god, I thought I saw an Ent throwing a stone, and I actually kind of just froze. Oh god, that was scary. But no, it's just archers. Archers I cannot see, apparently, so I'm going to build a unit of Lake Town swordsmen to try and deal with that when my dwarves return to the battle. Now, with Khazad-dûm veterans for the dwarves of the Iron Hill of Ered Luin, it is actually very important to get at least 1 unit of Khazad-dûm vets made, and then just don't ever make any more, in my opinion. Because not only are the unburnt fine as they are, but your heroes, when they're fully upgraded, are actually better than most other things you have in your kit.
You've got the wrong hobbit.
You can see Men of Dale, they have an ability, Men of Lake Town even, they say Men of Dale. Attacks the Lake Town Swordsmen slow enemy infantry by 50%, and cavalry monsters trampling them will be slowed twice as much. So you've got a unit that can slow down your enemies when you already are faster. So it feels like a double-edged sword. This kind of unit would be amazing in the Iron Hills, or would be amazing in anywhere else. But with this particular faction of dwarves, it is not as necessary. And also, AI don't typically run away. They just don't. So it feels useless. In my honest opinion. If I'm being honest here, it does feel useless to have this kind of extra oomph, if you will. However, I am going to get ready to build the forged dwarf workers tools. So I want to build another outpost. But this one here is going to be the main dwarf outpost. We're not going to have the special outpost here as well. Only need 1. Now, we could go to the militia house, we can get Bard the Bowman, but that's the problem. In his name, the Bowman, we don't need any archers. And also, look at our dwarves. The fact these Men of Dale, Men of Lake Town, are moving the same speed as our basic dwarves.
Just let me sit quietly for a moment.
To be fair, the Dale probably makes more sense than Lake Town. Lake Town is probably the most weirdly unnecessary building for a faction. Again, there's still nothing wrong with building it. It prevents your supply lines going down from the beginning, so it is good. But the thing is, it's still not necessary. Another good thing about this is the well. Is the fact it can heal your troops and replenish them without needing to use the cooldown. So it is a forward overpowered well that compared to a half, which is only going to give you the basic healing, and then you have to have banner carriers to replenish or wait for the timer to wear off. But yeah, that unit of Men of Lake Town, they'll eventually return to full strength without needing to wait for a replenishment upgrade. But yeah, other than that, they don't really have much else. Percy the General, yeah, promotes them to rank 2 and all that jazz. How'd they get in my base? How did they get in my base? I didn't see them. Oh, well, we've got both now, so prepare to sing. Oh, it didn't sing.
Point is, we were on this road like a path, like a track.
Do you hear that, lads? He says we're blunt the knives.
Oh, aye, I'll melt the flesh off your bones in the blink of an eye.
Look at that.
Here,
2 elves dead.
Take this to the lads.
No, 1 elf dead, and then pick up the bill hook again and do it again. So yeah, Bova's ability Hurl Pickaxe is very unique in the fact that it actually drops something. You're not just throwing it and then it's off cooldown like Gimli's axe throw. You're throwing it in an area, That area then has the pickaxe resting in it, and then you can pick up the pickaxe again, and then go and do more fun stuff with it. Okay, I'm thinking before Bofa leaves,
You're homesick.
get rid of this mine shaft and make it into a pony camp. Build the elite equipment, get an unburnt ready, so when the ponies arrive, we can send them out, get Khazad vet, and then all our heroes can get mithril mail. Nice and easy.
No, I don't imagine anyone west of Reed.
Yeah, we're going to get the outpost here shortly. Going to build the travel camp first, and then let our money build back up again.
He was my friend.
So now we currently have 3 resource structures in our supply line. We can have up to 5 before it starts costing us more money to keep it up. Then at lake time you can just sit there. There we go. Now you can move again.
I know you doubt me. I know you always have.
Okay, now we're dealing with Galafrim. This is a problem because Galafrim are dangerous. And we're still using basic dwarven infantry. Well then, at the same time, we have basic dwarven infantry. And they are fast as. Look at that. And also, their special weapon, I've completely forgot about this on the Iron Hills one, but the sharpened axes triples damage if you're hitting them from the flanks.
He was my friend.
And again, you are fast as, so you can just go into their asses and just never leave.
Excuse me, but just in case you haven't noticed, there
But
is
yeah,
an army of
these
elves
Galafrim
out
are
there.
expensive. They cost like 900. Each of our dwarves cost 200, and we
I know you
struggle to
doubt
kill
me.
them.
I know you always have.
Quite desperately struggled to kill them. If it weren't for our heroes, we probably would not have done that as quickly as we did. So we're going to build a mine shaft up here, so we have access to and from our base. Going to get some unburnt, so we've got the pony camp ready to go.
You've got the wrong hobbit.
And then we're just going to sit back here and heal.
Just let me sit quietly for a moment.
Similarly to how I played as Erebor, we have a forward plan, we have a forward strategy. But similar to the Iron Hills, we're watching and waiting, we're not rushing. Rushing is how we get ourselves killed. So when this pony camp deposits our first batch of ponies, we're going to get ready to demolish the building. And we've built our first unit of unburnt, so once the ponies show up, we'll demolish the building, build it into a mine shaft, and then we'll get rid of the pony camp. And then we'll have 5 resource structures. Although I do need to position in a way that I can defend this outpost at will, because it currently does not have any protection. Yeah, that's not a problem. Those elves are not a problem. They're walking into their own funerals. Oh, Mirkwood units. Oh dear, we now need to worry about Legolas and Thranduil existing, because they built an outpost somewhere. Not sure where, but they built one. So as we briefly shown for the Unburnt of Ered Luin in the past, they are actually really fast. They're the fastest dwarf elite unit out of the lot of them.
I'll be alright. Just
And
let me sit
they're
quietly
worth
for a moment.
worrying about. I'm not sure if those were summoned units or if they just put them in that position. Oh no,
I've
there's
never
a
stolen a thing in my life.
And yeah, they arrow volleyed my ass again. My poor units.
No one could blame a soul for wishing themselves elsewhere.
Now look at that. That
ask me
Galafrim went
question
from
after
full
you
health to
answer.
nothing. Well, close to full health to nothing. Use it on this Galafrim that's in the back.
Searing pain.
Full health, 0.
No, you're right.
And then going to summon Biffa Bomber. We now have a well. He says we'll blunt the knives.
He was my friend.
Don't leave Boffa alone. He's really important. The glasses and crack plates. That's what Bilbo Baggins hates. And now our enemy units are going to see that treasure when they get close, and they're going to try and attack. They're going to try and take it. Oh, look at that! Stopping
You're
6
right,
of them in
I'll
their
bring it back
tracks.
in.
And then if they want to come back and attack us, they have to
I know you doubt
know
me.
that they've
I
lost
know-
one of
I
their
know you
elven
always have.
comrades.
Some inbreds on my mother's side. Point is,
They need to
we're
find
on
that
this
Billhook, which has a nice aura surrounding it. Even on lower graphic
Nothing more than a pile of
difficulties.
ash. He's a wizard. He does as he chooses.
Oh yeah, if that Billhook,
trying to tell
no,
you
no,
there
I
is
keep saying
something
Billhook. If the pickaxe stays in the ground for too long, it will eventually go back to both his hands. But yeah, it doesn't actually have a cooldown, as
I'm
most
trying to
buildings
tell
do.
you there is something else
I
out
completely
there.
forgot about the ponies. And I have clicking Q, so the ponies abandon the unburnt. and vice versa. Galadriel's abound. Oh dear. We might want to start preparing to get our heroes out now. Get Dwarling, because Dwarling is very good at dealing with, you know who, Galadriel.
He was my friend.
Okay, keep our heroes out of this area, because they're always going to die. Oh dear. And we're leveling Galadriel up, that's a problem. Galadriel gets leveled up, she can do dangerous things.
Flash of light, searing pain, then
But
Here, do us a favour. Take this to the lads.
down she goes, with taking about a dozen dwarves with her. Where are my ponies? Okay, they're safe. Off you go, ponies.
he was my friend.
How many dwarf guardians do I have left? I'm thinking just get the Lake Town Swordsmen. I think they're fine as they are right now. Since we've not got any upgrades, the Guardians aren't exactly better yet.
Well, I do have some skill that conquers.
Now, against Lorien, we do want to have Dwalin in his Grasp-Broom Keeper state, which is one of his 2 weapon stances. He gets his hammer, which does big, massive damage. Good against heroes, but also slower, but very good against buildings. But then Grasp-Broom Keeper swings faster, and it can hit several enemies at once, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. It's an AoE attack.
He was my friend.
Which should never be underestimated. Ever, never, ever
Imagine
be
anyone west
underestimated.
of Ree would have much interest in adventures.
I guess I could build another Hall of Warriors up here. And our supply lines... Oh, yep, there we go. Khaznin Vets. Units in the base. Let's get Balin. And we might even find the ring one day. Who knows?
Will you just listen?
Can you promise that I will come back?
No. If you do, you will not be the same. That's what I thought.
I'm trying to tell you there is something else out there.
And yeah, just like all dwarves, just charging in, all melee is the way to play. It's so efficient.
I've grown very fond of them, and I would save them if I can.
Now we now have access to Mithril Mail for our heroes. First hero to get it is Botha, because, yeah, we want Botha alive all the
He
time.
was my friend.
If I actually put time and more time and effort into Botha, the more powerful we become. Because he single target damage can kill a Galafrim, which killing one of them when they cost 900 each for a unit is substantial in itself. He has a heal on command, which in this situation we would use if we were up against an army, but we're safe, so I'm going to go full back.
I suggest you try over the hill or
Oh,
across the water.
look what Beorn's found! As he goes from his red coat to Mithril Mail. 3 hits, kills a Galafrim. Nice and easy. Balin, I believe, has actually received 0 changes. And neither is Dwalin. Dwalin and Balin and
No one could blame a soul for wishing themselves
wait.
elsewhere.
Yeah, Dwalin, Balin and Botha received 0 changes for their entirety of Edain. I am 90% sure. Their powers might have been tweaked from here and there, but their powers are all the same. Rune Shield. Can use it on an allied hero to give them protection. So again, a hero like Botha. I'm going to keep him alive. I can keep him alive even better now. Settlers tools.
You've got the wrong hobbit.
Now on a map like this, getting settlers tools may seem a bit counteractive because, you know, there's very few settlements that you can actually get access to easily. Most of the settlements are actually really difficult to get and potentially too dangerous to warrant getting. But it's sometimes worth it. If they know when to do it. Okay, they've got a bit of an army up here. We're going to get
I have to give him the answer.
out the lads. Gonna knock everyone down.
Listen.
Yeah, don't. I do love the dwarves of Ered Luin. I'd say they've always been my favourite until Durin came around for the Erebor. Erebor definitely became my favourite when they introduced Durin and building buildings.
Out there.
At least when I have access to the ring, that is. See, this is where I would recommend building hero statues. Build hero statues to then reduce the cost of your heroes, which, by the way, you want desperately. Obviously, I've built all my heroes except for 1, and then there's also Bard, but we don't count Bard in the list of heroes I want.
He was my
Now
friend.
we're losing a lot of our units. That's fine because we're right in the front line, so we can go. We've got recruitment building straight in the front line, so we can just get them back. It's a good name. Sting. Oh, that's Grimbeorn. Good thing I've got heroes.
He was my friend.
No, that's just. Oh, that's old man Beorn. Oh, that no. The elves do have. The elves do get Grimbeorn. It just looks like old man Beorn. Bilbo might die if you're not careful. Let's just concede him for a second.
Stop it. You've had plenty.
I know you doubt me. I know you always have.
Yeah, our small company is not doing very well, unfortunately.
He was my friend.
We might want to fall back.
There is something else out there. I'm trying to tell you
There is something else out there. Okay, I think we might need to start transitioning into
I'll be all
unburnt.
right. Just let me sit quietly for a moment.
You've been sitting quietly for far too long.
Will you just
When the dice and your mother's dish becomes important to you. Yeah, I haven't showed off much of the left side, the right side of the power tree in the last two dwarf videos, so I think I'll do that now. So we get undermine, which is obviously a mine shaft. We get the horn, which is obviously Bomber blowing the big old horn like in Battle 5 armies. And if anyone didn't watch the movie, then too bad, you just got spoiled of it. That's a problem that I don't particularly have a way of dealing with. Nor do I particularly care, if I'm going to be 100% honest. Oh yeah, Thorin Oakenshield, he is expensive.
He was my friend.
Okay, everyone get into the mines, the mines! Protect the mine shaft. Can I summon a hero from it? No, I can't, oh no. Well, there goes the mine shaft. That's okay, we got another. Get heavy armor.
I've never stolen a thing in
Bilbo's
my life.
gonna die.
Will you
I'm not sure
just
where he is.
Listen.
Okay, so Bilbo's gonna die.
I have never used a sword in my life.
Units I put in here, I'm gonna come over here and stop this from becoming a Beorning hook, because that's a big problem. Beornings are actually really difficult to deal with as the dwarves, at least the way I play them. If I was to do archers, I'd have no problem dealing with them at all. How is Bilbo still alive, by the way?
Excuse me, but just in case you
Because no one's focusing him, that's why.
of elves out there.
I know people are focusing him, but they're not
without exceeding
doing
my
enough damage. Oh my god. Mithril Mail makes you invincible. They summon Tariel. I'm going to summon Beorn. Don't break the game. Good, he doesn't break the game anymore. The king!
You're right, I often think of Bag End.
I can't even keep Bilbo alive like that. No other scout hero is tankier than Bilbo.
Well, that could have been worse.
No joke.
Really do.
When you give him Mithril Mail, he is never going to die. If he doesn't get focused.
Mine.
Oh yeah, by the way, Grimbeorn and his Beorn and his bears. His Beornings. Let's just send them out and see if they can capture something for me. No. Move out, my bears.
The Arkenstone is the birthright of our people.
You're right, I often think of Bag End.
Wait, eagles? Oh no, that's Radagast. Come on, bears. Keep going. Take the settlement for me. I know there's like wargs down there, but you can do it. Unless Lothlorien's already taken it from me. No, the Lothloriens have already taken it. Oh no, Mirkwood's pretty much taken it. Just trample over them. Yeah, Beornings, I never found a place for them in my heart, honestly. I've always struggled to find uses for them properly.
I've never stolen a thing in my
At least I have. I'm sure someone knows how to play them properly and does really well with them. I am not that person, so I don't bother using them.
I'm sorry, do I know you?
We do not want any adventures here.
Wait, why is Beorn fighting Grimbeorn? Glowing fighting Grimbeorn on his own?
No, nothing's been cancelled.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, look at that. Look how this instinctively stops shooting and moves to the treasure.
I'm sorry, do I know you?
What are you saying? My sword hasn't.
Come on, we can do this. Keep going.
Stop it. We've had plenty.
See, a lot of what the dwarf heroes do for the Ered Luin is supply pretty much everything you need. You want your heroes to be tougher, they can do it. You want to make money, you can do it. You want to give yourself extra protection, you've got it. You want to make more heroes, you've got it. Kill enemy units, cripple them, stop them from attacking, damage buildings, heal other heroes, heal your units, summon permanent heroes, scavenger, invulnerability. The list keeps going on and on and on. I could keep talking about them all day. I can talk about how good the dwarves are all day.
If this is some bloodhead's idea of a joke.
If we have read these signs, do you not think others will have read them too?
Yeah, Thorin. King in exile. Friendly units near Thorin gain resources from fallen enemies and cannot be knocked back. Activate this ability to give them speed for 30 seconds. 25%. But some amount of time. Bard, another hero that has received 0 changes. Similar to the King Brand. They both received 0 changes at all. Which is why I think they've been kind of overlooked. Bard can get either a larger bow, so he shoots further away but slower, or closer but faster. Gives the men of Lake Town more power. Is able to hide allies and smuggle them behind enemy lines. I honestly think that's just a teleport. And then the Black Arrow. After firing the Black Arrow, dealing massive damage and double that damage to monsters and dragons, specifying dragons, although no dragons currently exist in the game.
Keep it. I'll be alright. Just let me sit quietly for a moment.
He's still
So yeah, the thing with the dwarves of the Ered Luin in particular, unlike the dwarves of Erebor, where all their heroes are kind of one-dimensional, the dwarves of the and then the dwarves of the Iron Hills, again, all their heroes are focused on buffing their units because their units are their best trait. The dwarves of the Ered Luin, they kind of have their main emphasis on just their heroes in general because their heroes are amazing. Get them all leveled up and they will never die. It's actually ridiculous. Because again, with Mithril Mail, they gain massive increases in armor. Obviously, Bard / Brand for Erebor don't get Mithril Mail, so they're not going to be as tanky. But again, you don't have to get them. Their main thing is that they either kill monsters, which, yes, having a monster killer is very good.
I'll be alright. Just let me sit quietly.
Having a monster killer is very good for your faction. That is an army I did not see coming from nowhere.
If you must know.
That would explain why I've not been facing much for the last few minutes. I think it's time to change that.
I know you doubt me. I know you always have. Excuse
Come on,
me,
dwarves,
just
go
in
in
case
there.
You haven't noticed there is an army of elves out there.
Heroes join the fray.
thing in my life.
Other units.
I've grown very fond of them, and I would save them if I can.
There you go. Everyone's through now.
Bother somebody else.
That's what I thought.
And yeah, wow. Wow, that escalated very quickly. But honestly, we're still doing fine.
I'm sorry.
Oh, the Wrath of the Huorns. That's not good. We're not doing that good anymore.
Any adventures here?
Because use a tier 4 power on me when I don't even have
You've got the wrong
any of my tier 4s because I've been trying to show everything else off that I haven't shown off yet. Well, specifically about the dwarves has changed in recent patches. I say the oil vents is one of them. But it's a thing that only shows off on castles, and I showed it off kind of in the past, so I didn't really want to show it off in any of my other dwarf videos. And also, honestly, I prefer camp battles for the dwarves. It gives you that open freedom that you don't typically get anywhere else. And again, archers. Am I going to get them? No. Should I get them? No. Did we just kill a Huorn out of all of them? Yes. Is our army devastated and I should build a half? Very, very likely, yes. Should I get rid of these Durin statues because they're not doing much? Oh, absolutely.
I've grown very fond of them.
I'm going to get,
and
instead
I
of
would
them,
save them if I can.
towers.
Can you promise that I will come back?
And we're going to fall into the base and pretend all that pain that just went through us did not happen. Oh, I thought that was Celeborn. I thought, okay, all our heroes are just going to help him kill us all quicker. But no, it's just Haldir. My threat level went from 100 to 10.
I've grown very fond of them, and I would
Because,
save them
yeah.
if I can.
Who
We've got
fears
them all
Haldir anymore? Like, honestly.
Just point the way.
If anyone is actually afraid of... Oh, I forgot to mention. Dwalin is Wrath of the Dwarves. For his duration, his health cannot be reached to 0. I believe that is a change. That has been updated. Originally did not do that. It was just a like a big AoE attack. Not an AoE attack, it was a an AoE stun kind of
I know you doubt
effect.
me. I know you always have.
And then his other version is Shatterhammer, which is now done automatically, not
I've never stolen
with
a thing in my
with a
life.
point and click stun kind of thing. Yeah, if any other faction, we would not have done very well. Oh, there's the Ents. I should not have even said anything about the Ents, but I was about to, and there we go. That's what I get for wanting to talk about the Ents.
Loyalty.
Summon all our dwarves.
Dark days indeed.
Go on, Dwalin. Kill that tree. Cut him down. That did not work as I thought it would. Bilbo, throw down some treasure. Treebeard's dead. Oh, thank God. He didn't summon anything. I don't think AI has the capacity to summon anything with the with Treebeard. Oh God, that was scary very quickly. But we're making it through. We're making it through somehow.
Much interest in adventures.
I'm actually going to sit back. I'm going to finally rest at this half because I've wanted to do it for a while now, but I kept forgetting about it.
I'll be alright.
And yeah, it's
Just
now
let
happening.
me sit quietly for a moment.
It's happening. Galadriel, have you met Beorn? If not, you should. You should. I think you should.
You are running out of time.
Excuse me, but just in case you haven't noticed, there is an
She's clearly
army
focusing
of
Bilbo, so I
elves
decided,
out
okay, I'm going
there.
to send Bilbo back into the fight.
He was my friend.
Oh, and look, she just died. She didn't even last a second on the screen. The Beornings and Beorn just went, nope, you're dead, poor thing. Yeah, the thing with the Beornings is they're very good against heavily armoured units, but Lorien has very little in the armour department. And speaking of, I'm going to get Weapon Art of the Dwarves and Final Stand. So now having armour is just even better for us. And bother somebody else. There's too many dwarves in this house as it is. If this is some clothead's idea of a joke, I must say, it is in very poor taste. People can say whatever they want about the movies, but I like the Hobbit movies.
Up to, but not exceeding 1/14.
I did.
Total profit, if any.
They helped reaffirm my love for Lord of the Rings, and that's an eagle. They helped me continue to love Lord of the Rings in a new setting. Some people hate it, some mad fanatics think, oh my god, this is the worst thing that ever happened to Lord of the Rings. Why did they do this? It's horrible. But no, I like it.
I know you doubt me.
People are always going to say that things are bad.
Can you promise that
But
I will come back?
what would you prefer? Would you prefer seeing nothing new for Lord of the Rings franchise, or would you rather just, or would you like to see new, interesting stuff that people are trying to make and see if it's great or not? That's my opinion on it, at least. Can I break this down? I want to break it
If he
down.
asks me a question, I have to give him the answer.
Come on, Botha, break it. Break it. Damn it, it doesn't work. I can't break it.
Is there no way around?
The battle will be over by tomorrow's eve.
I've never stolen a thing in my life.
He says that when remembering he stole the Arkenstone. One of the greatest acts of thievery ever accomplished. Not only was it against Smaug, but then he managed to hide it from Thorin and the other dwarves
You've got the right
without them
days
even
indeed.
thinking it would be Bilbo. No one thought it would be Bilbo that stole the Arkenstone. Oh no, my base is under attack. If only I had... Oh wait, I have plenty of time to defend my base. Oh,
He
I
was
do
my
love.
friend.
I do love watching AI try and failing to destroy my base without any siege.
I suggest you try over the hill or...
Well, yeah, we haven't found the ring yet. That's something I want to mention. Because if we don't find the ring, I don't know if Thorin actually received any changes. Because all the times I've played as the Ered Luin so far, I have not received the ring. But if we do find the ring, we'll... in fact, no, in case we don't find the ring, I'll tell you what I know about Thorin.
I've never stolen a thing
Basically,
in my life.
he rejects the use of resource buildings and instead focuses entirely upon his scavenger ability, which becomes like 100 times better, has a larger range, and makes far more money than he used to. Like incredible amounts of money from just scavenging, which is very in law with the faction.
Here, here's a favour. Take this to the lads.
Because like what?
Think furnace.
Because if you think the story, the talk between Balin and Thorin back in Bag End,
Feel right. Just
there was a lot of you don't have to do this. You can just we've made a good life for ourselves in Ered Luin. A peaceful and prosperous people we are. We need not try and risk our lives for wanton bloodshed for a treasure we don't even have anymore from a dragon. But then Thorin said no, we're going to do it.
Will you just listen?
We may be old warriors, but we are still warriors that can fight. And so they did it. Oh, look at all those archers trying to destroy my base, and then my base is rejecting it. I should probably go back and help, which is why I'm building another mine shaft. Not the fact there's no trees, I just want to build another mine shaft. What do you mean? What do you mean I don't want to... What do you mean there's no trees around here, so I can't make it tree?
Last Tuesday.
Supposed to be in Dunland last
I've grown very
Tuesday.
fond of them, and I would save them if I can.
Get in there, dwarves. And out you come.
It's nice, this place. Did you do it yourself?
More of you, in you go. This is why I prefer to use 5 guardians, by the way. Because doing this over and over again is so taxing.
He was my friend.
And again,
Up to
more of you
not
come
exceeding
through.
14th the total profit, if any.
Dark days indeed.
Oh yeah, trample. These guys just trample everything.
Well, I do have some skill in
Conquers, if you must know.
I don't know if I have to see why that is relevant. Okay, everyone's gone. Everyone's in. Everyone's in, everyone's out. Let's keep going.
And I would save them if I can.
We've got lots of money, but no heroes to spend it on. Oh yeah. That's how I like it.
No, nothing's been cancelled.
Guess let's build more. Unburnt, build another tower to defend the space. What, Thorin hasn't come out yet. I was bringing him out with another mine shaft to be spiteful, I guess.
You've got the wrong
Why not?
puppet.
We do not want to
Now I need to find the enemy's base and start destroying it because, yeah, they're still making elven units from several locations, and I have not dealt with them yet.
Well, I do have some skill in
And our heroes are closing in on the higher
They
levels.
dreamt of the day when the dwarves of Erebor would reclaim
Does it make
their
Thorin faster, I wonder? Did it make him
Thought as
faster?
much.
I don't think it did. I think it only affects
I'll be alright.
units.
Just let me sit quietly for a moment.
Very goodness.
Don't know more. Oh, Feedy's getting focused by someone. Oh, there's an arrow volley.
He was my friend.
Did next to nothing.
Mine.
Oh. Galadriel's back at our base. Oh god, I can't catch a
You've
break.
got the wrong puppet.
I'm gonna keep going though. We're not stopping.
I'm trying to tell you there is something
Okay, now I'm gonna go
else
back
out there.
because I realise I can just walk through here, and it takes me straight there instead of having to go back down again.
I have never used a sword in my life.
Where? Oh yeah, and if I was to go with Khazad-dûm veterans, by the way, they'd actually be slower than my Unburnt. There's a bit of fact for you. The Khazad-dûm vets would be so far in the back, they wouldn't exactly be tanking very much for us, so what's the point of having tanks if they're not in the front? They'd be in the back. I don't want a unit that's sit in the back doing nothing. And Galadriel, oh my god, that damage. What level are you? Level 3! Shit, that's good.
Excuse me, but just in case you haven't noticed, there is an army of elves.
Yeah, Galadriel siege damage, don't mess about.
Some inbreds on my mother's side.
Throughout Bomber, I want to start
I've grown
healing
very fond of them,
as we're killing
and I would
Galadriel.
save them if I can.
You think you're, because you're an elf, you can escape? Nope,
Can you
no
promise that I will
chance.
come back?
Let's heal. Let's sit by the stew pot.
Will you just listen?
Well, I do have some skill.
Sit by the stew pot and heal.
If you must know.
Those guys are going to do nothing. If they try, they're going to die.
I've grown very fond
Good.
of them,
All
and
good.
I would save them if I can.
Oh, some more elves walked up and they died. Some more elves are walking up and they are going to die.
Conquers, if you must know.
Some other elves are walking up from another location. Oh well, they're just going to have to die.
Where's the battle?
Where's the battle? Oh, hit command point cap. Let's increase that to its maximum. Use this to snipe any remaining elves.
I'm sorry, what am I? Is there no way around?
Not really.
I'll be alright. Just let me sit quietly for a
Now
moment.
I need to think. Are both of these Mirkwoods, or is
trying to
one of
tell
them
you
a
there
lot
is
lorien
something
based?
else
If there is a lot, oh no,
Didn't promise
the
that I would
horns.
come back.
Kill the ones next to us so we can just survive. There isn't anything I can do to actually keep us alive otherwise. Just need to kill the horns if possible. There we go. Kill one, get out
Is
there.
there no way around?
Get out through the gap. Please mind the gap.
I've grown very fond of them, and I would save them if I can.
Now, our armory is very wounded, and I'm thinking a full retreat and heal will be the best thing to do, but I think that I'm not going to do that. Because then this is going to be a continuous back and forth, and I don't want that to be don't want that to be the case. We are now going to get Gandalf instead. Hero has received a small change, which makes him a little less valuable in the earlier stages, or / later stages. So basically, now he enters, he actually stuns his enemies. That is a good change. However, he can't use his abilities for like 20 seconds. Probably not 20 seconds, but you get what I mean. A sizable amount of time has to pass before you can use your abilities again.
Which is a problem, because we were supposed
Before you
to...
can use your abilities to begin with. But his abilities have been the same ever since they were introduced. He throws pine cones, which does burning damage. He does a wizard blast, which does burning damage. He does a giant firework explosion, which does fire damage. Yeah, this version of Gandalf is not at all like the Gandalf you think you know. This Gandalf is a lot more focused on just doing fire damage, which is a lot of what the dwarves do with their powerful things. Earth and fire damage. Now, if you do your timing properly with this, you can actually do 2 wizard blasts. Although I think I might have messed up. Oh no, I got a second wizard blast in. Nice. That killed almost a 4 Galafrim units. We're getting more on burn. Good. Where are they? Oh, one's actually joined us already. That's how long I was talking about
You've
Gandalf.
got the wrong hobbit.
And we're almost at the enemy bases. Yeah, Khazad-dûm is a large map. You think because of the way it's designed, it'd actually be very easy to navigate. No. It is so hard to navigate through Khazad-dûm. And yeah, look at that. Those archers saw the treasure. They thought, okay, we're going to walk and take the treasure. Honestly, the AI's idea of good things to search for first is terrible. And what is with that purple? I've been playing this... Oh no! Okay. Game might have crashed, but I'm going to continue talking because there's very little left to talk about. So, other than the changes to the units of the dwarves of the Ered Luin, there's literally been no changes. Every hero for the dwarves of Ered Luin have received next to 0 changes. The biggest changes were the Khazad-dûm veterans, which we've already talked about several times now. The power tree changing with the runes and such, all really good. The ring hero, Thorin, obviously, as I said, he has a scavenger ability. I don't believe that has changed. He is the only hero who has remained the way he was when he was first introduced. The ring hero over over Durin the Deathless. And yeah, that's it. I think that's everything. So I hope you've all enjoyed going through all the dwarves with me. And I'll see you all in the next one, which I believe will be either on or we'll be going into the evil factions. That will be up for discussion probably sometime over the week. We'll get into that soon. But until then, ta-ta everyone. And that means everyone on stream as well. I'm gonna call it a day. I'm knackered. Oh, 3-hour live stream. That I think is the longest time I've been streaming at once. Thank everyone who has been showing up, even if it's just been for a few seconds or for an hour or two. I appreciate everyone that does watch. I'm hoping we can actually get a large viewer, a large band of watchers one day. Just to talk for everything. But obviously, I'm not expecting everything to be massive, amazing straight away. I've only been doing streaming on and off again since March, so I've not been doing it very much, and I don't do it very often as well. That's something else. During the Christmas period, I'm gonna try and stream several times in a week. Don't know if it'll be possible to do that, but we'll see when it happens. But anyway, thanks everyone